Paimon, a kind spirit, seems to be a basic and simple character, helping us travel nation to nation. But under her cult of happiness lie secrets that will forever change how we think of Paimon and Teyvat in a whole. So in today's video, we'll theorize about who Paimon truly is and why she is hiding her identity from us. Don't forget to subscribe and like, and let's jump straight into it. At first glance of looking at Paimon's design, you would think it's just a normal design, especially for a fantasy game such as Genshin Impact, but it actually hides something very, very peculiar and very, very magical about Paimon. You see, when just looking at her crown alone, it hints to some type of power that she has, that she's not just a regular person, she has some type of authority or power, or she used to have some authority. Now, we're going to the theory right now. We know the Primordial One had a crown. This crown seems to be very similar to the crown Paimon has, and Paimon's entire design actually looks like the Celestia we get to see in the opening of Genshin Impact. But just seeing that Paimon has a crown doesn't mean that Paimon is the Primordial One. We know the Primordial One descended from a different planet or wherever they came from and then transformed to Teyvat when it was still inhabited by dragons. But the Primordial One suddenly disappeared, and this is where Paimon really comes in. I believe after the Primordial One struck down the dragons and then started to create the humans, something happened. Someone betrayed him, and I believe this person that betrayed him is the current Heavenly Principles. This Heavenly Principles that we see doesn't really fit exactly what Celestia looks like. She's red, she looks a little bit corrupted, and doesn't fit what you think a celestial being is, especially when you look at Paimon's outfit. From her little thing she has on her legs, it looks like the pillars within Celestia. Her entire outfit looked like you hit one of those pillars down and create it into an outfit. That's completely what Paimon looks like. So this tells us that this Heavenly Principles, this unknown god, this was not the original creator of Teyvat, and then the original creator of Teyvat was struck down, was betrayed, was split in half. I believe that Paimon is the weakened version of the Primordial One. Now, this ties into her story perfectly. We know that Paimon, for years, or not exactly years, but we know for a very long time, she was wandering around in the forest. She didn't know where she was. She was lost. She had no food. That is why when we find her, she's so thankful. This was going to be the end of her after, I think, is years of eternal suffering at being cast out of Celestia. Our traveler came and saved her from it. Now, if the traveler did fall asleep for 100 years or 500 years, this means that Paimon wandering to Teyvat for around 1,000 years, because this has to be probably right before the Archon War, and this is definitely before Celestia, because that's when the Heavenly Principles came and destroyed it. That means Paimon was wandering around for around 1,000 years in Teyvat when the Heavenly Principles betrayed her. So the traveler comes in, saves Paimon, and then we set off on our journey through Teyvat. So the chances that Paimon is Primordial One is extremely high already. You literally can't smell the Primordial One without spelling Paimon. This is a clear connection between them, but what about the future of Genshin Impact? If Paimon is indeed the Primordial One, how will this exactly go with the story? If we do eventually reach Kanya, and like I said in my other theories, that I believe the twin is actually being held up in Celestia, how will Paimon help us? I believe that journeying with the traveler, Paimon is slowly but surely regaining some of her power. We know that Daimiko even said that she is becoming smarter. I think this goes a little bit far, that she's not just becoming smarter, but she is regaining what she had in the past, that she is beginning to regain her strength. And when we do face the Heavenly Principles, all will be revealed. And Paimon is going to have this epic battle where she turns into her full form. she's going to become God Paimon. She will become the Primordial One, and then the epic battle will commence. I believe the Ether, or, I'm going to see saying Ether is David's sibling. Ether, or is the sibling. Ether is going to fight against Mindless, and Paimon is using her primordial powers, is going to go up against the unknown god and defeat her. In the newest Arkham quest, we learned that the Heavenly Principles has actually been asleep for over 500 years after she trapped the siblings in Teyvat. This explains why she didn't go and attack the Hydro Nation after the Gnosis was given back to New Ballet, because she was asleep for all this time. But Lamine tells us that the Heavenly Principles will soon awaken, and once the Heavenly Principles does, this will possibly spell the end to Teyvat as we know it. But what does this have to do with Paimon? Well, I believe Paimon is going to save all of that. Now, if you watch my other video, it's one of my most popular videos, that's Paimon is Primordial One, you would know that I believe Paimon's true identity is indeed the Primordial One. She literally has the crown floating on top of her head. And many people think that the Heavenly Principles may have been sleeping in the form of Paimon, but I disagree. I do not think that Heavenly Principles was sleeping in the form of Paimon, because when you look at the designs, besides their hair, they don't look the same. And one of my viewers actually told me that all celestial beings actually kind of resemble Paimon. The Heavenly Principles, it looks like Paimon. This girl on this throne that seems to be corrupted looks like Paimon. It seems like all of these celestial beings, even the god of time, Istarov, kind of sounds like what Paimon could be. The god of time, Paimon could freeze time when we move the clock in the game. So all celestial beings in some way look like Paimon, meaning that Paimon could be the original. Seeing that there's so many different ways that Paimon could be connected to all these different higher level beings, Paimon could be the original higher level being the Primordial One. I'll talk about this more in that video, so go watch that video. But for now, you just need to know that I think Paimon is the Primordial One. But if she is the Primordial One, how will she save us? Well, Paimon has been traveling with the Traveler for all these, I think it's around 3 years. I think when in game, how much time passes for us is the same amount of time that passes for them, because they say they've been traveling for much years. Blah blah. I'm getting off topic. Paimon will, when the Heavenly Principle, when the war does erupt and the Heavenly Principle goes to try and fight the Abyss to not mess with the ley lines, Paimon will end up saving the Abyss. I do believe the Traveler will come and help the Abyss sibling. The bedtime story literally confirms it. But I believe that Paimon will unlock her powers in battle against the unknown god. I believe that Lofi will try to alter the ley lines, but just before that happens, the unknown god will awaken and almost completely destroy the Abyss and wound our sibling. Ether will then draw his sword and try and battle against the unknown god, and that is when Paimon, understanding everything that happened, will go and battle against the unknown god. The unknown god will recognize Paimon, because I believe the unknown god so many years ago cast Paimon from Celestia. I'll talk about more in that video, so go watch it, okay? Go watch it. And then Paimon seems like she's about to be killed because she jumps in front of the Traveler so the Traveler won't be killed. She will awaken her true form. She will become the Primordial One and ascend to godhood. She isn't just a normal being. Isn't just floating around. Her eyes literally show the universe. It literally shows I think the power of creation, what the true power of creation is the power to shape universes. She doesn't look like this world. She's not a moon sister. Dang it. Maybe she's a moon sister, but okay. That is my theory. She will ascend to godhood, take down the unknown god, and then the true battle will commence. Paimon will face the unknown god with the Traveler and Lumine. The Traveler will have some abyssal / common powers. Maybe he'll even have light powers. Battle. And that is the end of my theory. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm going to be doing more theory videos, just so you guys know. Next week we might talk about Corwin's story, because I believe Corwin's story quest actually does involve Farida, and if it involves Farida, that means it's important, so we might talk about it. But I also have a theory that what is the traveler's real goal? We also might talk about that, but that is the end of today's video. I can go on an entire rant about this, so I have to quiet myself down. But thank you guys so much for watching. I'm gonna go edit this now, and I will see you guys next time. Sorry if sometimes my voice fades out. It's because I have a new microphone. Peace. Oh. Sorry.